Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to read through the full article here. Pretty much there's a link in the description. The article is really in regards to the sentencing of this scumbag here. His name is Michael Gamble. He's been sentenced to life in prison, thankfully without the possibility of parole. So he's going to spend the rest of his days in prison. Why? Well, for a 2009 killing of a 5-year-old boy, his own son, called Jaiden Hammond. So we'll have a look at Jaiden Hammond. There he is. So back to the scumbag, Michael Gamble, 40 years of age, from South Carolina. He's been sentenced to spend the rest of his life behind bars for abusing and killing his 5-year-old son, Jaiden Hammond, in 2019. So he was convicted June the 16th, or he was found guilty rather, June the 16th. The jury deliberated for only 1 hour before finding him guilty on one count of homicide by child abuse in regards to Jaiden Hammond's death, again his 5-year-old son. Going to read through some details concerning the discovery of Jaiden, as well as some of the injuries the young man sustained. Emergency medical services personnel responded to a call from the scumbag's home, South Carolina, regarding an unresponsive child. Upon arriving at the scene, first responders found young Jaiden unconscious, not breathing, and showing signs of rigor mortis. Where does it say that here? Showing signs of rigor. Emergency medical services rushed Jaiden to the local hospital, where, regrettably, tragically, he succumbed to his injuries shortly after. He was pronounced dead by the coroner's office. As I mentioned, I'm going to read through some of the injuries that he sustained. He sustained numerous injuries and was covered in bruises on his right hip, torso, back, left cheek, right cheek, and chin. He had been beaten severely. The scumbag defendant, the father, provided law enforcement with multiple versions of what happened leading up to Jaiden's death. So he was spewing bullshit. His girlfriend, though, told authorities that the scumbag, who has now been found guilty, would beat Jaiden with a belt and beat him around midnight for about 10 minutes. Why? Well, because he'd been acting up on the bus on the previous day. So for no good reason, the scumbag father beat his 5-year-old boy with a belt. A forensic pathologist performed an autopsy on Jaiden and determined that the child had sustained multiple subdural hematomas as well as other brain injuries. A forensic pathologist told jurors that Jaiden had to have suffered the fatal injuries within 2 hours of his death. So he was beaten to death. That's pretty much all the information that we have at this point. So really, this article is to tell us that the scumbag father has been found guilty after the jury had 1 hour of deliberation, been found guilty of killing his own 5-year-old son, Jaiden Hammond, beat him with a belt. He died within 2 hours later after the beating. 5 years of age, Jaiden Hammond. Thankfully, South Carolina's judicial system is good with their sentencing. They've given him life without the opportunity of parole. So that's him done. And let's hope that whilst he's in prison, that he gets the ample opportunity to spend a good amount of time in general population so that the other inmates can waltz up to the guy, this scumbag, Michael Gamble, walk up to him, have a nice little chat about how he treated his 5-year-old son. Let's see how they feel about child murderers. Let's see if other inmates take issue, perhaps, with the scumbag's behavior of having beaten his own 5-year-old son to death. And maybe those inmates would like to have a nice little chat with Michael from time to time about what they feel about the situation. So let's hope that happens on a regular basis. I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. I'm going to make just a few more videos today, but I will do another larger batch tomorrow. Take care. Thank you for your support. I'm getting more subs, which is great. I really appreciate it. Heading towards 1,000 subs, which will be a very nice milestone for me. So please do stick around, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.